Welcome in, everybody, to the TexAgs Rewind. This is Luke Evangelist with my co-host Nick Savage filling in for David Nuno. We had an incredible show today. Nick, go ahead and let everyone know who's on the show.
Well, we banked on a couple things, kind of around the entirety of college football, even a little baseball talk in there. Had Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, in studio with us. Billy Liucci as well, kind of giving his mid-season report. And we had actually Bronny on the rundown there. So talking a little Aggie baseball as they are taking on Houston in a 14-inning scrimmage. So should be fun.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
You know what else is fun? Watching this. My first thing to bank on is Penn State beating Ohio State. Ohio State is banged up, and I think Penn State's running game will wear them down. The Buckeyes are battle-tested, having beat Notre Dame on the road, but I just have a feeling that it's Penn State's year. I've been saying it all off-season and pretty much all season to start this year. I really think this is Penn State's time to challenge Michigan for the Big Ten, and I really see them hosting Michigan on November 11th for the Big Ten East title. Penn State's my team to watch this year, and I really see I think this is Penn State's time, if not now, then never, for them to really make an impact on the national scene.
Yeah, again, that's a team I really haven't watched too much of. I know Drew Aller has been impressive from my understanding, so it's crazy how that's just such a three-horse race, so top-heavy there between Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan. But, I mean, this game this weekend goes a long way in figuring that whole mess out. So, go ahead. Do you have a couple more?
Yeah, I've got two more.
Sweet.
My second is I think North Carolina makes the playoffs.
Okay.
You're
said really earlier, going all in on
I'm a believer in them. I just think it's like they got a midseason transfer portal edition. Like they just signed a free agent, basically just got their best receiver, finally got his eligibility. And I just think adding that to an already undefeated team and an explosive offense in its own right is just going to be too much for other ACC teams to handle. So I think they're going to go 13-0 and make the playoffs.
That'll be crazy. Hold on. I'm going to pull up their schedule, but you can go to your last one.
Which brings me to my next point, speaking of the playoffs. My final thing to bank on is that I think the Pac-12 gets left out of the playoffs, which is crazy given how many top 25 teams they have. But the Pac-12 has not made the playoffs since 2017. That's
Oregon,
6 straight
right?
years. Washington.
That was Washington. Sorry.
6 straight years with no teams in the playoffs. In the 9 years of the college football playoff, the Pac-12 has only made it twice. We all remember what happened last year where USC was primed to make it and Utah cut them down late in the Pac-12 championship. There's just too much talent in that conference, too many experienced quarterbacks who can win on the road, and I truly think that someone is going to stumble. Washington's got 3 straight ranked teams. If they can get through that, they absolutely deserve to be in the playoffs, but recent history tells me that someone's going to falter. As much as I love Michael Penix and picked him to be my midseason player of the year, there's just too much unpredictability in that conference for me to feel confident in them making the playoffs.
That's crazy that conference is going to be non-existent pretty much next season. And this year, they're as strong as they've been in however many years. But that's, you told me that earlier, and I was like, whoa, that's a little hot take, but not really, because you're not far off. There's a lot of cannibalization to be is kind of the same thing with the Big Ten. So I wouldn't be too surprised. So you're saying instead of a Pac-12 team, North Carolina's in?
Yeah,
pretty much.
I'm gonna have the ACC champ, the SEC champ, Big Ten champ, and Big 12 champ.
Okay, there you go. I'll take it. I like it.
Yeah, let's go from one great player to another. Let's talk Wade Taylor. Preseason SEC
4, baby.
Yep. Second team All-American by CBS. What are your expectations and what's the ceiling for Wade Taylor?
I love the experience coming back on this entire team, and I love having watched Wade Taylor IV through his career. You can see all the talent, but now you're seeing that leadership where everything's falling on him, and he accepts that responsibility. He leads this team. Watching a scrimmage the other day, Buzz puts them through situations, right? 6 minutes, 1 media timeout left, then the double bonuses, and you're watching this team just flat out compete against one another. He does not like to lose a drill, not a scrimmage. He doesn't want to lose a drill. That's what I've really been so impressed. I don't think the moment's ever too big for him, ever for him.
Yeah.
He's never shrunk in a game. And I love that confidence that he has. And I think with that experience and that leadership, I think it's going to be something special at Reed Arena all year.
Last question for you, Andrew. Just more Aggie basketball talk. That non-conference schedule, right?
Awesome.
It's awesome. It Buzz, I think, on Tuesday he was talking at SEC Media Basketball Day or SEC Basketball Media Days.
Yeah.
Said it's probably the toughest non-conference that A&M might have ever seen. So just what are your expectations for them to navigate through that, and how does that set them up for SEC play?
You know what? Take every excuse away from the NCAA now. Just take it all away, because I'm still mad at them for the last 2 years, not just 2 years. It gets you set, and I think your non-conference should get you set for your conference, which should get you set for the postseason. I love the challenges that are there. I like some of those road games. I love some of the matchups, and I think it's kind of a non-conference schedule where all of college basketball gets to turn their attention on what Buzz is doing here and with this Texas A&M. I love it. I love being able to be tested before you go into conference, because in the SEC you're going to be tested. This team's going to have a little bit of a target on their back.
I mean, Notre Dame, Ohio State, because of the stakes and because of it ended on one play from the one.
Yeah.
Anytime you do that, and because of who was playing, where it was at, what was at stake, those two programs, that's on my very short list. The other one, I mean, just for pure entertainment, Ole Miss LSU was fun to watch. It didn't end. It ended pretty dramatically down there inside the 20 with them taking a shot to the end zone that really could have been caught. But I'd say that one. And, man, I mean, it's more recent. I might go. Colorado's been in so many. I wanted to say the Stanford one, but honestly, as far as entertainment value and the whole country dialed in, I might actually go ahead of the TCU game. I might go Colorado State.
Yeah.
On that, what was that? Was that a Sunday night or when? Or
like
late? It was
really
late
late
Saturday.
Saturday,
overtime game.
That game, I would go actually with that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say those are kind of my three that stand out.
Yeah. Next up, we've got your player of the year so far. Mine was Michael Penix.
So was mine. I think that's kind of the consensus.
Yeah, I think he's your Heisman winner if the season ended today.
Yep.
He's been terrific. He was really terrific last year. I go back, I remember I said the other day, the first time everybody outside of Big Ten country learned about Michael Penix, he's, diving for the pylon and hitting it with the football in some dramatic win where Indiana beats Penn State. Was that 2020? That
Yes,
might have been 20. Yeah, and he's been nothing but up ever since. He's made a really wise move with that transfer that's really altered the trajectory of his career. And I watched him in that Alamo Bowl against Texas last year and was like, damn, this guy's really good. Where Ewers threw for a lot of yards in that game, but I'm watching that game and it's like Penix is a much better quarterback than Quinn Ewers. Now, he's got a couple years on him, but I mean, in that game you're watching and you go, one of these two dudes looks like a pro and a real dude.
Yeah, so this is kind of the end of the fall grind, basically, for Jim Schlossnagle in his third year at Texas A&M, and they have been. Tonight we're going to see a lot of the young guys, especially on the mound. I would imagine see a lot of these young arms against a pretty talented U of H team. But yeah, it's more about you've gotten through the grind of the day in day out fall. You've gotten through all the inter squad, and you're somewhat healthy. We're not going to see Ryan Targach tonight. He's nursing that heel injury that kind of hobbled him even a couple of years ago on their run to Omaha. He played through it, bothered him a little bit last year, and it's bothered him again this year. So they're getting him off of it, and I believe it's more precautionary thing. Again, something he's played through before, but they want to get that thing healed so where he's not hobbled by it. I think freshman infielder Jack Bell may have twisted an ankle this week at practice, so I don't imagine we'll see much of him tonight. But those two guys are I expect them in the spring to be key contributors for this offense and defensively, especially Jack Bell. He's so versatile. He's such a reliable infielder, even for a freshman. I would think that there's a role for him, whether it be a starter or off the bench or coming in late in games, whatever it is. But it's getting to the point now of the fall where you just want to make sure you get through tonight and everybody's healthy-ish enough to go into a break before the spring. But I think they've done the job they wanted to do. And one of the main ones was getting everybody to speak the language of Texas A&M baseball. When we bring these guys in to the studio and do these NIL interviews, that's one of the main things we've heard from the returners, talking about introducing Aggie baseball to the new guys, and then the new guys saying, yeah, we had to learn how to speak the language of Texas A&M baseball. And by all accounts, they've done that. Now, does that mean it's going to result in any kind of wins or run to Omaha? No. But it is an important step in the process when you've got so many new faces.
All right, Nick, why don't you tell the people what to do?
Like, comment, subscribe, go watch Luke at Songfest, and just watch all of our stuff. Have a good weekend. Cool, yeah. Bye.